He's the so-called mastermind behind Vote Leave, the official Brexit campaign, who became Boris Johnson's closest advisor when he entered Downing Street. Now Dominic Cummings is on his way out. He's been credited with, among other things, delivering Johnson a clear majority in a general election. The key to that win was convincing Labour voters in the Midlands and in the north of England to switch to the Conservatives, with their promise to get Brexit done. But he was creating enemies. In August 2019, a special advisor to the then-Chancellor Sajid Javid was marched out of Downing Street. She'd been sacked by Cummings, who accused her of leaking planning papers of a no-deal Brexit. Javid resigned after expressing his anger to Boris Johnson, and now his former advisor has won a payout after suing for unfair dismissal and sex discrimination. And months after the election victory, a new invisible enemy, the coronavirus pandemic.
Mother Nature has savaged us with COVID.
Prime Minister Johnson was criticised for refusing to order a lockdown until the 23rd of March, later than other European nations. That delay's been blamed for thousands of extra deaths. Cummings had lobbied for swifter action. Ironic then that he became the face of perceived failings over COVID-19. When his wife fell ill with suspected coronavirus, Cummings returned briefly to the office against guidelines before driving his family hundreds of kilometres north to his parents' home. He said it was for childcare. The government advice was stay at home.
One rule for you, one rule for everyone else.
Recovering from COVID-19 himself, he then drove his family to a nearby town on his wife's birthday. More than 1 million people signed a petition calling for him to be sacked. But Boris Johnson defended him, and at this press conference he was forced to give, his only apology was for his timekeeping.
Sorry I'm late.
Cummings' abrasive manner has often turned to open contempt for members of Parliament and civil servants, and for some observers that's been a problem.
Advisors, by definition, are working behind closed doors to deliver the Prime Minister's priorities. The difficulty that Dominic Cummings has had is he's become so high profile that he almost is the story. He dominates the political profile image of the government almost beyond any other minister, including the Prime Minister.
The government insists it won't now be softening its position on a trade deal with Brussels. Whatever happens, Dominic Cummings won't be around in Downing Street when the impact of Brexit, his dream of so many years, starts to be felt. Nadim, Al Jazeera, London.